What's coming up? Let's look ahead to special events in the area.
Stay tuned to Traverse Visitors Channel.
Experience the great outdoors and embrace Mother Nature by exploring our area's many incredible natural preserves. Open to the public year-round, free of charge. Many of these inspirational retreats feature protected, managed marked trails that offer adventure, exercise, and escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Learn details on these natural wonderlands at the Conservancy's websites for the best spots to hike, bike, birdwatch, canoe or kayak, cross-country ski or snowshoe, swim, fish, or even hunt. Both of our local groups, the Grand Traverse Regional Land Conservancy and the Leelanau Conservancy, schedule guided special events in all seasons showcasing the unique features, flora, and fauna of these places, many of which have been donated to preserve our forest, farmlands, dunes, and other natural landscapes far into the future for family, friends, and you, our welcome visitors.
At the tip of Michigan's Little Finger, known as the Leelanau Peninsula, you'll find one of the Great Lakes' oldest lighthouses, guarding the entrance to the Manitou Passage and the Grand Traverse Bay. Standing on its present site since 1858, the Grand Traverse Lighthouse, recognized both as a Michigan and National Historic Site, is now open to the public as a museum, 7 days a week through Labor Day. And no one is more of an authority than the keeper, who more than a half-century ago actually grew up there.
I came to this lighthouse in 1922 when I was 9 years old, and I stayed until 1935, and then I went into the Coast Guard.
How does it feel to be back at his boyhood home?
It's wonderful being back here. It's my old home, and it's wonderful to see the people that come to, and I can tell them about it and talk to them.
Doug's dad created much of the ornate stonework on the grounds.
This furniture here belonged to my mother. This is a 1910 dining room table. Most of the dishes you see in the cupboard there belong to her. My sister turned them over to the lighthouse. This organ was given to my mother by my father in 1899 at the turn of the century when they got married over on Beaver Island. This organ has been on Green Island, Poverty Island, Beaver Island, South Fox Island, and over here at Grand Traverse Point. This old dog you see is named a Sport. It's dressed in the uniform. He lived in this lighthouse with the family, and when he died over in Manistee, Michigan, they put a uniform on him, my father's uniform on him, and buried him.
Doug remembers well, working on the now retired lens.
When I first came here, it was a kerosene IOV, which means incandescent oil vapor. You had it heated up with alcohol, the vaporizer, and run your kerosene and air through that hot spot, and it would create a vapor and go into the mantle just like an old gasoline lantern.
Kudos for preservation and staffing go to the Grand Traverse Lighthouse Foundation volunteers. Invite your visit and encourage your support.
You're watching Travers Visitors Channel.
Our mission here at Light of Day Organics is to grow and produce the healthiest and highest quality teas and tisanes, which nurture and balance hearts, minds, and bodies through the practice of biodynamic agriculture. Biodynamics is a type of farming that dates back to about 1924 from Rudolf Steiner, who taught that the soil is a living organism. And so here at Light of Day, it's a closed loop system. Conventional farming always takes more from the earth than it gives. Organic farming aims to replenish what it took from the earth. And biodynamics always gives more to the environment. And we estimate about a 10-mile radius from the farm that has benefited from what we're doing here. At our core is the absolute reverence for and wonder of every created thing. We are dedicated to enlivening, renewing, and revitalizing the earth by respecting its natural resources, cycles, and life-carrying rhythms. We're very interested in starting with healing the living soil that the plants we're growing are living in, because we know if we nurture the soil, nurture the earth, that any food grown in it, honey that comes as a result of food produced on this land, all of it, that it's going to be of greater benefit for the recipients of the tea and of the whole earth. It's the best tea in the world, I think, and our customers tell us, because it's grown with love. It is. Everybody knows things grown with love taste better. Please come visit our farm and retail store located at 3502 East Traverse Highway, which is just 8 miles west of downtown Traverse City on M72, heading towards the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Park.
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's here.
What took you so long?
Jimmy John, freaky fast delivery.
I love a man in uniform.
You're looking at a unique gemstone called the Lake Superior Agate. Rare but findable here in the Grand Traverse region, these well-traveled treasures were created in ancient upstate volcanoes and carried down to our shores and below.
Lake Superior agates go back in geology. You have to go back to the days of when the lava was flowing, and the lava had gas bubbles in it. And when the lava solidified, these gas bubbles were captured. And then through time, no one knows how long, could be millions of years, these agates began to form. The silicon dioxide is creeping through the ground, and when it comes to these little gas pockets, it would start leaving a layer of the quartz, which is silicon dioxide. And depending on what minerals it went through, it determined the colors. If it was going through iron, it would be reddish. If it was going through manganese, it would be bluish. And that's just a couple of the colors. I don't know the others. But as time went on, and the lava is decomposing, and like up on Lake Superior where the waves are beating on it, and finally the erosion has taken place where the agate is freed, and that's how we find them on the beaches. The range, you can find them all the way from Lake Superior all the way down the Mississippi River where the glacier took them.
You can find Lake Superior agates anywhere along Lake Michigan, especially the further north you get, the better off you'll be. And probably you can find several a day here. Probably if you go to Lake Superior, you will probably not find them any more than that because those up there have so many people looking for them. Any beach where there are stones, you're likely to find Lake Superior agates. Banding, kind of a reddish white striped appearance, translucent stone, the light will shine through a little bit. Where you find granite, you should be able to find Lake Superior agates. Not commonly, but occasionally.
You can find Lake Superior agates in several of our local rock shops, where in addition to our state rock, the Petoskey Stone, you might see extreme rarities like our state gem, the Michigan Greenstone, or another volcanic creation, Thompsonite. Look closely on our shores, for scattered in the rocks lies a treasure trove of fossil records and mineral history.
In 1883, Green Lake Township, in which Interlaken is located, was organized. Lumbermen flocked to the area for the abundant, towering white pine timber, much of which was used to help rebuild Chicago after the Great Fire. Many traveled by rail, and at the intersection of the two railroads was an interlocking switch. Accordingly, the nearby town was called Interlaken. The other main transportation was steamships or tugs which cruised the nearby Betsy River, Duck Lake, and Green Lake. In the early days, local folks met at the town watering pump. Children walked to the Little Red Schoolhouse, and many of their parents worked at the nearby Wiley Cooperage Mill, making barrels. In 1927, the musical missionary Dr. Joe Maddie sought a permanent home for his dream of a full-size symphony orchestra composed entirely of school children. His creation, the National High School Orchestra Camp, was to make the little town world famous. Music greats like John Philip Sousa and Howard Hanson played homage to the camp, and before long its students were in great demand at world fairs and leading concert halls across the nation. In 1962, a year-round private fine arts boarding high school was established, fulfilling Dr. Joe Maddie's dream. There has been many world-famous artists that have graduated from this prestigious institution. Today's visitors to Interlaken can still see some of the original growth white pines over 400 years old at the nearby state park. Still standing on the Interlaken campus are the old Interlaken Hotel, the Interlaken Bowl, and the Little Red Schoolhouse. To learn more about the history of Interlaken and the surrounding towns, pick up a copy of the new publication, An Oral History of the Interlaken Area.
Here's a look at this week's event calendar from the Traverse City Visitors Channel. Starting this Wednesday at Center Ice Arena just off of Hammond Road, it's the Detroit Red Wings Development Camp, featuring all of the Red Wings draft picks from 2013. This camp runs through the following Monday. The first day of the camp is free, then $5 a day after that. For more information, visit centerice.org. Every Wednesday and Saturday, it's the Sarah Hardy Farmers Market in city parking lots B and T between Cass and Union Streets. This farmers market is a staple in the area and has some of the best locally grown and organic produce and flowers in the Grand Traverse region. The Horse Shows by the Bay Equestrian Festival continues at the Flint Fields Horse Park in nearby Williamsburg. This weekend, they will have dressage demonstrations on both Saturday and Sunday. Also on Saturday, it's the $30,000 Grand Traverse Bay Grand Prix. And then on Sunday, Junior Show jumping from 1 to 5. For more information, go to horseshowsbythebay.com. At the History Center of Traverse City, the Lego Carnival continues, which features the incredible work of Lego master Dan Parker, including replicas of the Statue of Liberty and the White House. The History Center is open till 5 Monday through Saturday. For more information, visit travershistory.org. And at the Southside Festival Grounds, just 15 minutes south of Traverse City on M37, it's the Traverse City Area Blues Festival, both Friday and Saturday, featuring Kenny Wayne Shepherd, blues, brews, and barbecue. For more information, go to traversitybluesfest.com.
It's a different kind of four-wheeling that's sweeping the nation. Roller Derby is back. It's local, affordable, fast-paced, and fun.
A lot of people, when they think of roller derby, they think of, the old days in the 70s where everybody's elbowing and pulling hair and throwing girls over the balcony and stuff like that. But that's not so much how it is nowadays. It's more of a competitive sport. The girls are real athletic. We train 3 days a week.
The new rollers on the block are the Kalkaska Small Town Outlaws.
My team's awesome. We formed last year at the beginning of the year in 2012. We had our first season. We went 4-3 overall.
Today's roller derby is an interactive treat for the whole family.
It's definitely family entertainment. There's no doubt. For our bouts, we usually have kids 5 and under are free. And, they come in, their whole family gets to enjoy it. And the kids really love it.
Roller girls feature player names as colorful and distinctive as their skating outfits.
What's your name?
Smoking Revolver. My name is Curly Hoop.
Chiquita Norris.
They call me Damn Gina. I'm Black and Decker. Hi, I'm the Bodacious Bandit. Hello, my name is Muffin Toppler. Rainbow Bruiser.
This millennium's roller derby depends on speed and strategy to win. But as in many fast-paced physical sports, infractions occur and penalties result.
Roller derby is a very highly regulated game. There's track cuts, forearms, high blocks, low blocks, blocking out of bounds, skating out of bounds, insubordination.
I specialize in keeping everybody's spirits alive. Pretty fast skater, and I have a pretty big mouth. I like to yell very loudly at these other girls.
I love hitting.
What's your most effective weapon?
Your body.
I like skating, I like hitting people, I guess I like challenging myself.
It's really awesome to hit that girl out of bounds and bring her back in and get in front of her and keep her back there.
This is a hand signal for lead jammer. What that means is that jammer went through the pack legally and inbounds to her first initial pass. Then she gets to go around and go through the pack again, and then she gets a point for every opposing blocker she passed legally and inbounds.
Circle your calendar and catch all the action at an upcoming home bout.
You're watching Travers Visitors Channel.
Just south of Traverse City, about 15 minutes, at the northern edge of Wexford County, is the Southside Hideout, home to the Southside Festival Grounds, which is fast becoming the premier outdoor entertainment venue in northern Michigan.
For those of you that aren't familiar with Southside Festival Grounds, it's the brand new 8,000 capacity venue just 12 minutes south of Traverse City. If you want the real concert experience, you gotta come here.
This summer's lineup at the festival grounds ranges from country to heavy rock music. The Southside Hideout in Buckley is easy to find. Take M37 south of Traverse City for about 15 miles. For more information, visit their website at southsidehideout.com.
Hello, Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's here.
What took you so long?
Jimmy John, freaky fast delivery.
I love a man in uniform.
We're here at the History Center of Traverse City, located in the Carnegie Library on 6th Street, overlooking the beautiful Boardman River. This building was home to the Traverse City Library from 1905 to 1998, when they moved to their current location on Woodmere. Since this building was available and the space was much larger than their previous location at the Con Foster Museum, they moved here to consolidate their archives, store historical materials, and expand their exhibit space. Let's go inside. We're here with Museum Director Bill Kennis to tell us a little bit more about the History Center.
Behind me are the 19th century leaders of the Ottawa tribe. We are probably the #1 cultural destination in Traverse City. We had over 60,000 visitors last year. Well, we're featuring the legends of the Grand Traverse region, which tell the stories of the folks that made the difference in our community, whether they were a railroad legend or a lumberman. You know, Traverse City is primarily a railroad and a lumber town.
Bill, what's the most popular attraction at the History Center?
The cherry pits are clearly the most popular. You know, we have over 60,000 visitors that come to the History Center, and they can climb into literally a ton of cherry pits, 2,000 pounds, and they excavate, and they find arrowheads, Petoskey stones, copper ingots, all Michigan items, and they get to keep one of these as a souvenir. In the summertime, we feature our Lego festival called the Lego Carnival. The Lego Carnival features the building blocks of America. So this year we'll have the Statue of Liberty and the Mackinac Bridge. We have a close relationship with the Ottawa Indians out of Shabbytown, and they have loaned us a 25-foot birch bark canoe that's just sensational. It actually sailed in the Grand Traverse Bay. And we have hundreds of arrowheads and tools from the Anishinaabe. We also have canoes that are at least 200 years old, and they were carved out of logs. So there's lots of items that they can see from our heritage. Magical History Tour began last summer. It's a 90-minute, 9-mile tour around the city. And you'll hear stories about our former mayor, Wild Bill Germain, who actually shot a brother-in-law. You'll hear stories of the State Hospital and of the Grand Traverse Bay. So we take you through the business section of town and through the historic districts of our city. This bell is from the Manistee and Northeastern Railroad engine, number 18. It was the last one built, and our guests are able to ring the bell. Our archives department attracts the historians that are doing research, about 300 researchers a year. They're publishing books or doing their family genealogy. It was the only car company located in Traverse City. They manufactured cars and trucks, and the kids can learn about the Napoleon car and do a little photo op. For 100 years, this is the Carnegie Library, and it was adults only for adult research, and now we tell everyone it's for kids only, and they seem to like that. The Children's Cupola features trains, logging, and fur trapping and trading, so our younger visitors can appreciate our heritage and participate in these hands-on activities in the Children's Cupola. The charge for the museum is $5 for adults and children, and with that, they get to keep an item as a souvenir.
Happy 150th birthday, Leelanau County. Watch Traverse Visitors Channel on Charter Main Street at 8 a.m. and at 8 p.m.